Hey guys, this is Big Biff, and this is going to be your quick and easy guide to the new Isle of Cthulu Zombies map Easter egg. It is worth mentioning that this map is not going to be easy to complete, especially solo, so if you're new to zombies or aren't confident with difficult maps, I would recommend giving this one a miss. Points are going to be a big issue on this map, so make sure you grab a shovel from the spawn room, since by using the dig up sites, we have a chance to get double points as well as possibly getting the wonder weapon. Since the first step of the Easter egg is to get the wonder weapon, if you don't get it out of the dig up spots, you'll have to head to the box early on to make sure that you get it. So, to start off, let's just have a look at where the shield part's going to be on this map. There's two locations for each shield part. You're going to find that the base shield part is going to be near double tap, just behind the truck on the right here. And then once we go through, if you go to the back of the Apothecary statue courtyard on the right, you can also find a spot for it here. The head part of the shield can be found opposite Speed Cola on the box. You can pick it up right here. Or the second location for it can be found in the centre courtyard on the right on one of these boxes here. The final shield part can be found opposite Stamina Up on the floor just there, or if you go through to the back past power to the stairs that lead to the rooftop, you'll find them at the bottom of the stairs here. Once you've pulled the wonder weapon from the box or gotten it from the dig up sites, you have 4 upgrade quests that we need to complete. The first one that I would recommend is the gravity upgrade, and to get the gravity crystal for our upgrade, we'll need to take it to the pyramid room and shoot the pyramid at close range. It'll activate a lockdown which will last for roughly around 20 seconds, and it'll spawn infinite disciples and zombies. If you have a bullet gun in this lockdown, you'll get a lot of points because the zombies will spawn forever. Once it's done, you can jump above the pyramid and grab the purple floating crystal and head out onto the next one. For the skeletal crystal, we will need to wait for a Brutus to spawn, and once you kill the Brutus, after dropping their max ammo or their insta-kill or whatever else they drop, they'll drop a key, as we can see in the bottom right of our HUD here. Once you have this key, you want to take it down to near Deadshot Daiquiri, you will see a prison cell, and you can open the door with the key and pick this crystal up. In order to get the Vine Crystal, you'll need to head over to this dig spot at round 10, it'll be glowing green, and you can get a seed from it. You'll take this seed to the centre courtyard, and in the middle there'll be a little bit of green dust. We can plant the seed here, and now we have to defend this tree trunk for about a minute, I'd say. Once you have sufficiently defended the tree trunk, a green crystal will appear, and we can collect it and head on to the next crystal. The final one is the water crystal. We'll have to take our Obliterator to this vase in the bedroom, shoot this vase, and then we can knife or shoot it with a bullet weapon and it'll travel to the docks near spawn. You want to head over here and keep shooting this orb. It's going to move between different boat locations. You're going to just want to keep shooting it, and eventually, after shooting it a certain number of times, it will return to spawn. Once it's returned to spawn, we can pick up the water crystal and move on to the next steps. Once you've picked up all 4 crystals, you can head down to the pack-punch area and place them in their respective podiums. Once you've placed them, you'll need to start filling them up with zombie souls, and once they're done, you'll hear a chime to indicate that the upgrade has finished. In order to get the upgraded weapon, you'll have to hold out your Obliterator, hold X or F or whatever your interact button is, and it'll cost you 5 grand to upgrade the Obliterator. After you have purchased one of the upgrades, a symbol will spawn into the map. You'll have to run around with your weapon and find the symbol, however I'll give you all 3 locations for each of the symbols here. The first one is the water upgrade. Once you've grabbed the Poseidon cannon, head out of the pack-a-punch area, turn to your right and you can see a symbol above the mystery box there. If it doesn't spawn there, you can see it over here on the left behind these broken jail bars, and if you walk around the corner it can be up there on the top left. Once you've acquired the gravity upgrade, head to the church fireplace, a symbol can spawn there. If you go up to the church bedroom, you can look through the barricades at the back and a symbol can spawn up there. Finally, if we head back to the power room, once you walk in, on your left you'll see a barricade, and if you look in the back of there, a symbol can also spawn. Once you've acquired the skeletal upgrade, head up through the pyramid room, and behind the staircase in the Apothecary statue courtyard there's a symbol that can spawn there. If you head towards the Origins side bunker area, in this window on the right you can see a symbol can spawn there, and if we head up to the top on the balcony and head all the way to the back, there is another barricade and the symbol can spawn in there as well. Once you've acquired the Vine upgrade, head to the PhD room, and in this jail window here a symbol can spawn. If we were to do a 180 and look up, we can see that there is also a symbol there, and once you head upstairs there can also be a symbol up there on the wall here. For this next step, after shooting all 4 symbols, a summoning key will spawn into the map, and our job is to shoot it and follow it to different locations until it is finally done. The summoning key after you've shot the 4 symbols will spawn first into the Apothecon statue courtyard. If we head over there now and shoot it with our wonder weapon, it will move. The locations are as following. After shooting it in the statue courtyard, you'll want to head down to the pyramid room, and in the top left corner you can see it floating up there. You want to shoot it, and now it will move down to the box near Pack-a-Punch. Once you've headed over to this box that it's floating above, shoot it again. This time it's going to head up into the coffin room. So once we've run all the way up there, we will see a similar kind of statue, an Apothecon statue that is holding the summoning key. Shoot that one. The next area that we need to head to is going to be opposite Stamina. It's up on that shelf there. Take out your wonder weapon and shoot it again. And for one more time, let's head over to the Origin side bunker near spawn, and the summoning key should just be floating on the desk there. Once you've shot it here, you'll get a chime, a sound effect to signify that you've finished. You can head over to the center courtyard and start a lockdown. Now this lockdown has a few things that I need to talk about. As the word suggests, lockdown means that you can't leave this area, so ensure you have whatever weapons and perks that you truly want. Firstly, let's bring up the fact that this lockdown is a soul box. Killing zombies will make this go faster. Don't just train them and wait. If you don't kill them, it will not progress. The second point is the boss spawns. Now, mimics will spawn in, brutuses will spawn in, any kind of boss will spawn in. However, one unique boss that might not have spawned in your game yet is the Left 4 Dead tank. It's going to spawn in, it's large, it's not inherently dangerous if you just run away from it and shoot it. Killing every boss in sight will not cause the lockdown to end even after you have beat the Left 4 Dead tank boss, so ensure that you're killing those zombies so that this lockdown can be finished quicker. Once you've completed the lockdown, you'll hear a confirmation sound. I usually take that opportunity to grab the max ammo and the carpenter, and then you'll see a little cutscene where the dragon that's usually on top of the building flies away. This means that you are now ready for the first boss fight in this game. Head to the rewards box where, after interacting, you can now get the Mark of Cthulhu. When you take it down to the back of the Pack-a-Punch, you can now open the gate, and once you go through, run to the back and you'll be able to pick up the Cthulhu Sword. Once you are ready to go into the first boss fight against the dragon, you need to head down to the Pack-a-Punch and you will see a blue circle on the floor in front of it. Hold interact, and you will be teleported into the boss fight. Make sure that you don't step off of this circle, as I've heard about bugs of people not getting teleported into the dragon boss fight. After teleporting into the room, you'll notice that there is a big dragon stood at the front. This dragon can take damage to anything you shoot at it, so the whole point of this boss fight is going to be trying to manage the zombies and the bosses while dealing damage to the dragon. There are 2 phases, one where it is stood at the front as we can see now, and the second phase later on is going to be after you've dealt all the damage, they will respawn in the centre of the room and start chasing you. You still just need to deal damage. A couple of quick tips for this boss fight. If you use the wonder weapon, the Obliterator, it will deal a lot more damage than most other weapons, so I'd recommend using that mainly. Also, if you have the Ray Gun Winter Howl combo, you can use that to freeze the zombies and it'll stop them from respawning as fast as most other weapons would, so you can focus on shooting the dragon a little bit more without worrying about dying. Once you have finally killed the dragon, you will be teleported back to the Pack-a-Punch room, and once you're back, you will notice that there is a staff in the centre of the purple circle, and you now have Perkaholic. This is really useful, and you're really going to need the Perkaholic. We need the Staff of Dark Ether for the next step, so we need to save up 50k so that we can buy it, but because we can only hold one wonder weapon at a time, we need to trade away our Obliterator for the Staff of Dark Ether. I just usually trade it away on a war weapon so I can go back and buy the staff. The next step requires us to use the Staff of Dark Ether to absorb some eggs around the map. Luckily these spawns are set, so I can go through them with you now. The first one is in the jail cell room just off the side of power. You can shoot this barrel in the back. You can actually watch the eggs go in just if you want to be careful. The next place is in the centre courtyard. To the right you can jump here and you can see that the barrel is at the back. The next one is in the Apothecon statue courtyard where we can walk through and go to a barricade on the right and shoot through and get that egg. The final one is in the church fireplace area where we can walk through, go to the left, up the staircase, and at the very back you may need to jump and shoot is an egg. Make sure you get that one, and if you have successfully gotten all 4 eggs, a noise will play indicating that you've gotten all 4. Now you are ready for the second boss fight against the demon. Head up to the roof and place all 4 eggs in the apothecary pedestal on the right, and once you've done so, you can activate the ether machine, in which case you'll get a little cutscene here, which is similar to Shadows of Evil, where it gets shot into the air. After the cutscene is played, the demon will spawn in, and you will have to fight it. This is a very difficult boss fight, so be careful. The main way that we are going to defeat this demon is the same way we defeated the dragon. We are going to just damage it. This is much harder though, because the demon does a lot more damage with AoE attacks that you have to dodge behind the ether machine pillar, as well as it being a much tighter space where you have to train zombies as well as deal with bosses. Make sure you're using your sword, because the right click ability can summon Arnies, which attract zombies. They're really useful because it gives you time to deal with bosses or damage the demon, and it's a great alternative to having monkeys. Once you have finally killed the demon, it will drop its heart. You need to go ahead and pick that up. It will also drop a wonder weapon, which I personally don't think is worth using at this time. It might update and get a lot better. I personally can't say for now though. To get ready for the next step, we need to go and pick up the Book of Cthulhu, which can now be found spawned in the bedroom area. We need to take this to 3 places, the first being the jail cell next to power that we went to earlier. We need to kill this wizard really quickly. He'll drop a perk bottle, which is good for if you went down in the last boss fight, as you'll get a quick revive back. Pick up the book and do this 2 more times, the second time being at the double tap location, and the third time being in the church fireplace area. Now you are ready to head into the Cthulhu boss fight, the final boss fight. You need your sword. If you don't have your sword already, make sure you pick it up here. If you don't bring it, you will not be able to beat Cthulhu, as you cannot deal any damage to him. More on that later. Head to the gate at the back, hold F, and you will be able to go through the teleporter to Cthulhu. Once you are there, make sure you head to the front, place the book down for a 4th and final time, and a Cthulhu cutscene will play. In order to defeat this boss, we need to charge up the book, and the way that we do that is by killing white keepers that will spawn into the map. I would recommend using the Staff of Dark Ether, because it drags them in, and then using another weapon to kill them in there. Once they are dead, their souls should float towards the book, and after you have killed enough of them, it will charge up and glow green, which you can use your sword to hit, and it will fly towards Cthulhu, dealing 1/3 of damage. Now, this seems quite easy, straightforward, doesn't seem like it'd be much more difficult. However, the environmental hazards, the small area, dogs, zombies, and mini-bosses make this incredibly difficult. You will have to use everything you have to get through this boss fight. Some of the more brutal ways this boss fight will mess with you is that it will sometimes take away all of your weapons, leaving you completely defenseless. And another one is that Cthulhu will sometimes fly into the air. If you see this happening, you will have to hide behind the pillars, otherwise when he lands you will be insta-downed, and it will be a very bad time. Once you swing your sword at the Green Book for the 3rd and final time, you will defeat Cthulhu, he will fall over and be toppled, and you will be returned to the map. And that is the Easter egg. Big shout out to Stevie Wonder 87 for making this awesome map. It is in beta, but I'll leave the link to the Patreon where you can get early access in the description below. Let me know if this guide helped you, and let me know what I could do better in the next videos in the comments below. And thank you for watching. Have a good day.